Hi, it's Hazel, and welcome to my channel, Hazel and Aka Design. If you are at all like me, it may mean that we all have a problem and need a support group, but it also means that you may be very interested in today's video. Timing-wise, yes, you'll see this video after a really fun and I think enjoyable video that I did called Shopping an Antique Mall with a gift certificate. The best way to shop with someone else's money. Anyway, I guess I do have to preempt okay, the finale in that video was me showing this old metal cabinet that I've now positioned in my studio. It has been sort of turned shabby chic with some dry brushing and probably chalk paint. I'm not sure what that is exactly. And there are 18 such drawers. So I spent many hours yesterday after I did that video setting up and starting to fill those drawers. So when I'm done, eventually I will show you, I'll do a sort of partial studio tour to show you exactly how I've set that up. I think this is going to be a game changer in that I cannot believe how much each drawer holds. And it's only 9 3/4 by 5 inches in size. And, you know, I don't know, what is that, 2.5 inches deep or so. Anyway, 18 drawers. I even went so far. Oh, these don't have them. The heck? Did I lose one? I'll be having to look for that. If I'm not looking for 1 or 2 or more items every day, then it's just not normal around here. Anyway, at this point, as I look over there, I like the fact that it's so accessible. I like the fact that it's pulling different elements together in one place instead of 2 or 3 or more places. And my intention at this point is going to, you know, in the next day or two, make sure that I leave 2 of them empty so that I can, you know, have a buffer and a little room to maneuver. Anyway, I said at the outset that you might enjoy this video because I know that I love sorting and organizational videos. I don't know why it is so mesmerizing to watch somebody handle itty bitty stuff like this or bigger things. Hey, I found my label. Focal points, yay! On the floor. So in order to save some time, because I know there's a limit to how much time people have, I I started some of this last night, and then it was well past bedtime, so I'll just show you what I have so far. So at this point, I'm calling them focal points, but you know, okay, so if I put something like this on something, it's clearly a focal point, probably because of its sheer size. Now, on something smaller, that could be a focal point. However, if I put this, what is that exactly? Maybe just a fly. If I put this on something, it may be more like just an additional element. But for my purposes, I know what I mean. Okay, so these are, you know, heavier weight, and these probably came from the Dollar Tree, you know, in those packages. And I've used many. I have this many left. And I'm determined, though I should put those two in the Peacock Journal place. I have this many left, and now that I can more easily see them, you can be darn tootin' that I will find a way to use those up. So this is something that I obviously fussy tore out of, out of a kid's book on insects. And so I got spiders and dragonflies and all that kind of stuff. I guess I probably should separate the butterflies. Now I do have another place where I've got, you know, millions of butterflies. We'll leave that guy there. Sorry, I didn't think I was going to be doing this. So these are all bugs. And in fact, I'm sure I have a pouch somewhere for insects as well. But again, if it's not kind of in my face, I forget about it, or I use something that is handier to get at. These, obviously I took something from the other side, are vocabulary word, this is from a kid's dictionary, so there's a lemon, kangaroo, blah, blah, blah. So these deserve a project too. So I think because these drawers hold so much, I may be able to dedicate a whole drawer to small book images or something like that, I could call it, and just more of the same. So, oh, actually these include some quotes as well as cute little watercolor designs. Okay, so that's what I have so far. I should show you what I've already done in these drawers. Well, I should show you this pile too. These I fussy tore out of, whoa, this is coming apart. That clip isn't big enough. These came out of a book with beautiful illustrations. My God, this stuff is sticking to my arms. And I'm not about to fussy cut around something that piddly. So again, it's a case of use them up. And frankly, in a previous, my goodness, why do I keep this clip that is missing one wing? If I had a nickel for every time I touch it and realize, oh, that's nothing. Sorry, people. Oh, there's a big one. Okay. Oh, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Maybe it'll come back to me. Okay. So, oh, here's, well. Oh, I said that that in a previous attempts at getting organized, I would go through a thing like this, or any of these piles, and, oh, kids, oh, flowers, oh, you know, and honestly, you could organize yourself into paralysis and inertia and never get a damn thing done. Okay, so let me show you what I have. So this is kind of a very easy to use labeling system. And I used cardstock just so there'd be kind of a unified look to the labels. So I have many of these little things. So they're typically, well, these aren't stickers, they're just papers, and then there are a bunch of vellum ones. I remember, this is a few years back now, I was watching, wait, what is her name? Scrapbooking with me, Edith, and I saw her using something like this, and I was blown away. And of course I had to have some. So this was the very first one I bought. Does it look like much is gone from here? No. And these are vellum, and they're beautiful, and they're all botanical. So I, again, had them in more than one place. I pulled them all together and put little names on their spines so I could see them. This one is just letters. I think this was a Temu kind of purchase. And then, of course, some loose ones. So now they're all together, and I can actually see what's what without having to open them, every single one. This is a tiny box with a few little fairies left in it. These are, now I must have bought these. Oh, I'm trying to protect it, apparently. I won't bother taking it apart. But they're vellum stickers that look like, that have the postage stamp edges on them. And then these, I'm not sure, don't know where I got these. These are heavier, and I think they're mainly children and sort of Art Deco kind of faces. Oh, you should check out and register, subscribe to Carol at Lily Rose Blue. In a comment, and I don't remember what video it was, she was talking about something, and because I actually read the comments, I don't just heart them, I said, well, what are you talking about? And then she told me about these little teeny tiny, now they don't open, of course, it's just probably a bit of like foam in there, and these fake little book covers. So did I need to be told twice? Of course not. And she said that they're a stress reliever, and they are, remember when fidget spinners were the thing that everybody and his brother, well, kids mostly, I guess, needed to have. So there are, of course, the very expensive ones then that were the knockoffs, and then, gas stations, and everybody and his brother was selling them. Anyway, these are the cutest ever. So, of course, I probably got these on Temu also. So I never really intended to show this. If I would have known I was going to be talking about it, I would. I ended up buying a little wooden case, which is like, got little shelves in it, and presumably it calms people down, adult crafters or children, to rearrange your bookcase. And actually I bought a similar thing for my grandson, because I think he is going to love handling these little minute things, shaking them up, making a mess, and then resorting the shelves. So that's what that is. In here I just have different things that I've sort of grouped together. So here are some things from some images from a calendar with little sentiments on them. Wait, I thought there was another type in here. These are from another calendar, like cute as can be. But again, unless you kind of have them in some sort of an organizational system, they can be a huge time waster as you look for whatever thing you need. Now these are, believe it or not, and this might have been a free digital from Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. I grouped other things in here. Somewhere in here, remember her tiny little bows and her tiny little butterflies? I fussy cut all of these out. These are obviously something else. Okay, hot air balloons, those are hers. Little teeny frames, those are hers. Because there are some times that you need something that's, half an inch in size. And then, of course, if I had other ones that were similarly small that came out of books or were punch outs or whatever, I grouped them all together. So those are here. And again, for someone like me, not having lids, like the bag is not great, but there's a limit to how I can configure this. But having open tops really sort of is good for someone like me. Okay, what I have in this other drawer, what I've started here, are, I must have ordered or thrifted, or I'm not even sure where these came from. These are all stickers, and they're sort of almost have like a travel postal theme to them. So I grouped those together. Now, wouldn't it be great if this box, this is the cover to this bottom here, wouldn't it be great if this would have fit the other way? But it doesn't, so it makes a little space on the side. Now, one thing that I showed in that haul video is that each of these drawers have all these notches. Now, unfortunately, there were only 3 of these little metal dividers. It's a heck of a thing to get them in, but I've used 2 of them elsewhere, and this is just a reminder to use it where necessary. Oh, I should also tell you that I scoured these things. This is probably, well, no, it's, okay, this is maybe one of the better looking insides. Some of them have peeling metal paint, and some of them have rust. Most of them, or a lot of them, had rust. But anyway, so I cleaned them up and added these scrapbooking papers just to, you know, neaten it up and make it nicer. That's also the cutoffs from that is what I used to make the labels. Although in some places they're almost, the paper is too busy to read. So I have things like this. Now this isn't the ideal spot for them, but it will be a good reminder to use them. So these are typically, are they all digitals? I guess they're all digitals. And you know, when I see, and this is again going down a rabbit trail, you know, down a bunny trail instead of sticking to the topic. When I see something like this, I think of Andrea at Artie Mays. I thought, and I'm sorry for speaking about her in the past tense, she has a very identifiable style, and I think had a very again, sorry for the past tense, had a very successful digital business. And then anyway, I have not that I've looked, but I haven't seen a video of her show up in my feed for ages. I know that one of the last things I saw was she seemed to be going down a crochet path, making toys and whatnot. So I don't know what's going on there. This is a digital, and I love these just because of the color and the variety of the pattern. So I've grouped those. Now I have another place where I have plain tags, you know, the kind that you buy in a store or whatever, craft supply. These are decorative in that they don't need as much. These are magazine covers that I cut out of a book. So again, that would be considered a focal point. Now in here, so far all I've got are these, what are these exactly? Anyway, it doesn't matter. They're small flowers. I should also say that on some, let's go back to these. Some of these, obviously, I clearly fussy cut. I mean, I got rid of the white because I don't like the white. So some of these are ready to use as is, and a couple there I see still need to be used. This is a Tina Shabby Dabby Doodah thing as well. Doesn't fit in that little can. Or does it? Doesn't. So I'll leave it here. Okay, so that's basically the groundwork that I've done. So this is kind of just one heap of things that, you know, are just don't really have a home in the world. These are obviously off a masterboard that I've done. Now I have a number of these that are stickers. Again, I don't remember where they came from. Oh, I have, like, this is off a masterboard. Or not a masterboard, this is packaging. I've had these for probably 3 years. So I'm going to count, again, these masterboard type things. I did some stitching there. Who knows what's going on? Some stitching. I'm going to sort of make a little pile for these kinds of things that maybe I would consider bases. And then these are punch outs. Oh, this is a stamp thing. So I'll put that in that other drawer. So again, oh, and then some little book images that I fussy cut. So, and I think it doesn't matter if it's fussy cut or fussy torn. I'll make a pile for those. Oh, I was talking about the divider and what I said in that haul video, because at that point I hadn't even looked in every drawer, was that I could very easily make cardboard dividers. There are 3, 6, 7, 8 potential slots. See, I also have these little things that I obviously tore out of something and even inked. So imagine how long those have been around. When was the last time you saw me ink anything? So these are punch outs. I think I will I'll make a pile, and I guess this is kind of a rough sort. Let's just call it that. Obviously a slide thing that I covered with book pages. Now, one of the drawers that I set aside, so this is where it gets tricky. I have a drawer, well, I'll tell you some of the titles. I have digitals, so in other words, small digitals that have small parts to them, and that I've already fussy cut and are just waiting to use. I've got genuine ephemera, so that would be, again, small stuff. Punch outs. Something's in the way, I can't see it. But I have another one that has sort of tickets. Well, tickets. So does this belong with tickets, or does this belong here with punch outs? And I think that I'm just going to give myself a little pep talk and say it doesn't really matter. It's more important to get on with it and use this stuff than it is to worry too much about are your sorting categories perfect. These are digital tickets again. So that could be with digitals. Now I do have another place, a pouch, where I keep book stuff. So maybe I'll make a little pile for books and just see if I get enough to use there. My intention, because I now will have this, who knows, accessible, visible, because, you know, a person can set up a system, but if you know, it's like you just can't get there from here. You look at something and you think, okay, I know where that is, but you can't get there because you have to move things that are on, you know, little carts and a pile of this and a pile of that. That is not optimum, and that does not promote. If you see me putting things off to the side, that's because there is another place for them in that other drawer. Now again, does this go with sentiments? Maybe I'll do a little pile of sentiments. I don't know what, oh, this is one of those corner things. I know where I can put that. And don't say where the sun don't shine. Now these I cut out of a, I don't know, some kind of a book. Or books. Now this, if I can pick it up, can hardly be called a focal point, but for now it's staying there, because again, sometimes it's just more important to get it done than to be perfect. Put your heart into it. Cutest bingo card ever. That's some kind of a tag. We'll let that be. That's another tag. Again, those came out of that punch-out book, and I'm sure that I showed you those at the time. And of course, because I didn't like the fact that they were, boy, I could call a bingo. I have so many cards. Because I didn't like the fact that they were in these books, and I would have to, you know, find the book, flip through it to make a choice. For some reason, maybe I'm mistaken, I thought that punching them out meant that they were going to be, excuse me, more accessible and easier to use. Now these, I don't remember where I got them. I have a few of them. Someone might have given this to me in Happy Mail. Carol, I'm looking at you. These are little tiny stickers that I would say are vintage. Oh, this was something. There's a whole series of these things. This is a sticker. I'll stick it with these stickers. Same aesthetic. These are ones that I cut out of scrapbooking paper. It was one of those thrifted things where somebody had used tape runner and stuck these things back together, stuck two things, you know, back to back. I'll start a thing for those kinds of stickers. Anyway, so this is one of those videos where it seems like I can't walk and chew gum. So I separated, what I'm trying to say is I separated these layers and salvaged fussy cut. You know, like I must have too much time on my hands. Someone gave me this. I think those are stickers too. Maybe I'll put this with these guys. Anyway, I cut all those things out because the paper was so beautiful. And of course, there were just itty bitty pieces that could be used because of the backsides having been ruined with the tape runner. So it would be good to use those up as well. Now what, oh, these, more of these. They must have slipped out of the... Again, there's something very satisfying in doing this. Presumably, you don't need to think very hard, which is a blessing some days. Someone must have given me these as well because I have a few of them, but not enough to think that I purchased them. There's another flower. Look at that little lamb I fussy cut. Okie dokie, we're making some headway here. Here's another slide. Oh, you know, okay, Hazel, get a grip. Throw that in the garbage. More. Look at these cute geraniums. Whoops. These cute little geraniums. So when a person kind of groups like with like, all of a sudden you also see where you've got too much of something. Although I guess many of us operate or act like no matter how many we have, it's not enough. So, you know, there's that. But when I look at things and see, holy cow, this is an embarrassment, what were you thinking? Then I feel compelled to tackle that first. So we'll see what sort of insight arises. Like this is clearly becoming a pretty big pile here. So it seems to me that that is where I would go first. I got this, well, and many like it, in some thrifted, you know, one of those grab bag type things where you get a whole bunch of miscellaneous stuff together. I've used many of them. That could be a sticker. And there's probably the last one in existence. What form of mental illness is it to hang on to that instead of just chucking it in the garbage? Oh, see, I must have done that. And never thinking about it again. So have I thrown it out? No, I still have it. Oh, you know what? I think I have another pile of those going somewhere else. That's why that pile's so small. This was my aborted attempt at, what do you call this? Acrylic ink on glossy photo paper. Is this worth anything whatsoever? Probably is in the same category as this little guy. I'm putting that off to the side. Instead of making the decision once and for all, right now. Punch outs, more books. I think I'm almost done, guys. Guys. That's not very nice. And anytime you see me using something with a background like this, in this green, black, blue, black, dusty rose, black, you will know that I cut it out of a long ago collage book, long before I knew anything about this whole phenomenon of, you know, bookmaking and the whole junk journal thing. And now, if you go into a bookstore or even online and you see the price of those kinds of books, you will be stunned at how expensive they are. Okay, scooping up the last of these items. This is a sticker, I think. We'll throw that there. Okay, so made a little bit of headway. Okay, here's the... Now I also have these that... See, I've never stamped and die cut anything in my life. So Celeste from Woodland Inspired would be a great gal to find out Okay, let me think. Maybe I can figure this out myself. Die cut first and then stamp? Is that how that goes? Here are more of those scrapbooky papers that are so beautiful. And again, I'm not going to have as many, what is this? As many categories. I'm just finding some related piles off my cutting mat here. So I don't, I should, again, because there aren't that many of them, I should just figure out what to do with these petals and these leaves and be done with it. I have these, a bunch of these in another place, so I'll marry that up. These, okay, you can't see a darn thing over here. I will just put these in here. Now, ideally, what I was hoping was that, now I'm going to mess up my piles. What I was hoping was that, just trying to bring this in a little more into your sight line. Obviously, it's easier to have things sort or standing vertically, because then you just go like so. Oh, there are frames. Oh, there are flowers. You know what? I could put some of those flowers in here. And what I should do now that I have this place, get rid of this very annoying sticky thing that you can't ever seem to get into. Chop that baby off. Oh, something is on the floor. One of those guys. So I will add, whoops, these little individual flower heads. And call that done. Okay, so what I should do, let's again bring this here, whoops. What I should do is maybe find a few more, because that would be another option. I didn't trim this low enough. It's still got that little fold in it. This could be an option, unless you guys have a better idea. Could be almost like little file type pouches. So if I found a few more of those cello things, oh, these are from a 6x6 pad. Then, okay, little flowers in one, these sorts of transparent, whoopsie. Let me put those little seals in with those flowers. So these guys, even though some are butterflies, could be in their own little cello thing like this. And if, frankly, if this was filled up, it would hold, it would, they'd hold each other up. And because these are, you know what, let me just, again, better to be done than to have it perfect. I'm going to put these things in here as well. I don't know if I have these kinds of slide things someplace else, But maybe for now I'll put that there. Or maybe I should put them in this other drawer. This is this is a problem. You know what I could do, since I have these little micro minis here, why don't I put the very teeny weeniest of those things, here's another flower, oh, sorry if you can't see, I could put the little teeny weeny things, there's a book, in here, because it would be size more than anything that would determine the size I need, that would determine how that gets used, more so than, let me move these sentiments, and then I could position myself a little better. Between hair and thread, there's always something to fish out of there. I'll put just for the time being, a paper clip on these so that I'm not constantly picking up the same things. I guess I could also put, what the heck, I can't pick it up. Oh, jeez. And I do have fingernails, albeit not my own, but I mean, they are mine, but. Okay, I'm going to take the smallest of these flowers and put them in that same flower pouch. Okay, so these guys, probably too tall. Don't know about that yet. Okay, sentiments over there. This goes in another drawer with digitals. I love these so much. Now I made them very small so that I could, and I printed them on this marble cardstock. I've got to do something with those. Okay, so we'll just have, how long have we been here? Oh, 42 minutes. I think I better let you guys go. What I'm going to continue doing after I turn off the camera is, maybe I can put these flat items in here. These are going to be too tall. Most of them will be too tall to file vertically. Unless, of course, we just rip that down. Okay. Don't tear off the dragonfly's wings. Too tall. Might have to do something about that. I can put this here. Okay, so I guess even if I don't have pouches, that sort of works. This I have to shrink down. Oh, and these are all... Okay, what I'm going to do after I turn off the camera is oh my goodness, let me pick this up once and for all too. These came out of book pages, so we'll just group them together. Okay, I'm going to go through this little pile and I'm going to take out the flowers or anything botanical looking and put it in the little flower thing. Flower pouch, so to speak. We don't want a lamb in with the flowers. There's another butterfly. Oops, that's a flower. Misfiled. Don't put the cat in with the... Okay. These things are all going in the flower pouch. And you know, I feel so good about this. I paid a lot of money for that cabinet. But I feel so good about this system and the fact that it holds so much and it's accessible. I'm, you know, just a few feet away. That I am going to become such an efficient, well-oiled machine here at Hazel and Aka Design that you will not believe it. So, there. Wait for it. Don't hold your breath, but wait for it. Oh, and one other reminder. By the time you see this video, you will still have just a couple of days or so to enter this giveaway. Now, from people who are wiser than I or who have had bad experiences with putting subscriber giveaway or the word giveaway in any video title, because then, you know, all these bots or whoever come crawling out of the woodwork, people who have never seen your channel and will never see it again after they win the prize. So I haven't done that. The announcement video, let me stop shaking this. The announcement video, the title on that is Good News Announcement for Channel Subscribers, which, you know, don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out what that is. So this is the deal here. I would really encourage you to please, if you have not, now it's going to, the odds are going to be, there was a flurry of activity the day that the video aired and a few days after that. But frankly, the people who have entered are going to have very good odds of winning because there aren't nearly as many entries as there should be, including from some of my closest YouTube friends. So, you know, I know sometimes people don't want to enter their friends' contest because it, you know, well, let somebody else win. Well, BS. I think that obviously the friends that are the most loyal and the most regular viewers should definitely be included. Anyway, hopefully you've had a chance to either take a screenshot or read that over. Pretty simple. Oh, should I? No, you have to go back to that video because that's where you need to comment. So I'm not going to go get my jar of purple buttons. Anyway, now I'm done. Okay, I'm going to keep sorting. You guys keep keeping on, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.